So there's the main hashtags are hashtag blue whale, hashtag blue whale challenge. And I think it's because they chose the whale, and this is just my opinion, is that they chose a whale because a whale is seen as a particular type of creature, very dark, deep water. It moves in very slow, but also by the same token, very mysterious. So I think from a challenge perspective, and what they wanted to be able to create, and I'm sure there's more reasons why, and we'll probably find out as this thing progresses, hopefully not too far, but we'll find out why blue whale. So that's the first thing. The second aspect of it is that it's going after, as you said, the most vulnerable of society. Troubled teenagers who we all know. I mean, we have things like suicide watch at around matric results time. So the most vulnerable of society are those that feel things and are highly emotional, highly sensitive. They feel like they can't get out of situations or whatever the case is. So this game, or challenge rather, is almost evil in that respect, because it's picking on or it's propaganda, but with the most vulnerable of society. And this is worldwide. Yes, we haven't got it in South Africa as yet, but it doesn't mean it's not going to hit us. We don't have access to the actual downloading of the app. So the fact that the app is an app and it's downloadable on the Play stores and that kind of thing makes you a bit concerned about the value of humanity. The actual challenge lasts 59 days in total. Even though on the 50th day it tells you to take your own life. So you wonder now what happens to the other 9 days, who is here? But they have taken into account that people will sometimes not necessarily take their own life on the 50th day. So these people are very effective, they're very efficient, they are highly, you can see they're driven by something. But on the 50th, so there's various challenges. It's basically self-harm, and it's conditioning in terms of watching horror movies. So you can see there's a particular thread if you go through the challenges from day 1 right through to day 50. You'll see and it's 4:20 a.m. in the morning. So 4 o'clock in the morning, from a spiritual level, as far as I've been told, is that it's either the devil hour or it's the holy hour, depending on which side of the coin you on. So therefore, this 4:20 a.m. becomes very crucial in terms of what are they trying to achieve. Everyone else is asleep, the world is asleep in your particular part of the world, etc., etc. Why condition these children or these teenagers from that time in the morning? They want to make sure that the whole day, that's all that is on their minds. So it's a very highly effective behavioral, neuroscientific something that has happened here, because this is a very strategic process. Yeah. So when you look at how the game works, and we've tried to, over the past few days that we've come to know about it, a lot of people don't know about it. So we've come to know about it just because we're in that space. We have realized that they have a very specific process. So you download the app, all things being equal, you can download it, not the South African version versus, but all things being equal, you download the app. You then cannot delete the app. The app is undeletable, in inverted commas. You cannot remove it. It's one of those things that it just stays. While it stays, and while they are giving you these challenges, because now you're hooked, remember, it's working on your psychological and emotional state. Yeah. It's hooking you in, but as it's hooking you in, they are draining the data from your phone, because they will hack your phone via the app that is undeletable. From what we can gather, it's very centralized to Russia and Eastern Europe. It is starting to move out of the Iron Curtain, so to speak, but that is where it's centralized. As at the last count, and I could be wrong, it's sitting at 130 deaths, with the last death being a few days ago, like literally a day or two ago. And we have to ask ourselves the question, why Russia? Why is it Eastern Europe? Why there? So the question then becomes around internet security and safety and all of those kind of things, and which countries have, hectic internet security, safety protecting their citizens, and which don't. Yes. So then all of a sudden it begins another conversation around who is being targeted. Are their internet securities high or low? As Africa is a continent, it's good, but it's not great. South Africa is good. Lots of parts of Africa are not great. Yeah. And if you want to look at accessing data and information and those kind of things, people are looking for data and information from Africa because it's the next big thing. So if we start to take it to that level, it starts to become very complex, and you start to unravel this whole thing. And all it started out with was a picture of a whale and teenagers hurting themselves. But it starts to become very interesting, aside from the evil side of it, and that there's actually fatalities. But it starts to become very interesting in terms of, if this is what is starting to happen, what more is coming?